Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about 10 things about Walmart groceries you need to know. Number one, check the clearance sections.
Wow.
So, a lot of times my Walmart will not sell out of meat and their breads and pastries. This Walmart doesn't mark down their milk like the old one in our other town used to. So sometimes they will mark down milk items and that kind of thing, but mine doesn't here as much. But check the items. I don't know how many times we have people say, I'm not going to buy food that's expired. No, they can't sell food that is expired. It's about to expire, but it's not expired yet. So they're marking it down so that you will buy it at a good deal. Get it off their shelves and they don't lose all their money for when they have to throw it away and it's expired.
When it's not bad right now. When they expire, it's not bad. When it's bad, they throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, check the clearance aisles. I just take the meat that's going to need to be sold in the next day or two and I just throw it in my freezer. It is still good 3 to 4 days after the sell by date. There's a difference between sell by, best by, and expires. Expires mean don't eat it after this date at all. Best by means the taste might go down after this date. And sell by means the store has to sell it by this date so that when you're at home, you still have several days left before that food starts to spoil. Okay. Guys, this video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbooks. We have volume
Speaking of expiring
and volume 2. These are our eat better, spend less. I guarantee you will save money on your grocery bill. But this is our last day for the sale, guys, and our gluten-free, dairy-free edition, of which we only have 25 copies left at the start of this video. We have more on the way, I think. Did they ship yet or no?
I didn't actually read the email yet.
Okay. Don't know if they've shipped or not, but it's at least 4 to 6 weeks before we get the new shipment from our printer. And so if you need a gluten-free edition, I only have 25 left. Go pick that up at 35% off right now for all our print books and 50% off all of our ebooks. All right. Now, the next thing is when you do clearance, check the end caps. They oftentimes, one of my viewers yesterday at her Walmart in the store that was 2 hours away, if our roads wouldn't have been closed, I would have been down to Casper to get it. She found Chex, the brand name Chex cereal for 50 cents a box.
Really? Who did that?
One of our viewers.
Wow, cool.
You can guarantee that my car would have been full of Chex.
Yep.
We love Chex. This was corn Chex, but it was, we love rice Chex, but we can eat corn Chex too. And so, you can guarantee just even the 2-hour drive down to Casper, I would have done it for that. That would have been a good deal. And
for those of you gluten-free people, Tara likes the rice Chex for a snack.
Yeah. And the corn Chex would have been fine though too. Eat it like popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat it like popcorn. And so just put a little butter and melted butter and salt on it. And it's really good. But for the $30 in gas, it would have cost me to go down there. And the $5 a box that Chex is in my town right now, I guarantee you that would have paid for itself in less than 10 boxes. So if I would have stocked up on 30 or 40 boxes, she showed me a huge thing of it. So if I would have got 30 to 50 boxes of it, well, maybe not 50, but if I would have got 30 or 40 boxes of it, then that definitely would be worth it. But here's the thing. When you find extra good deals like that on the end caps or a special, take a picture of it with your phone.
Yes.
Because this is actually my last tip, but I'm going to say it now. Most of the time, 70 to 80% of the time when I go to Walmart to check out, I am not exaggerating, 70 to 80% of the time, something rings up wrong. Doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, I would say it's probably closer to 90% of the time. It's like almost every time I go and buy anything on clearance at Walmart, it does not ring up correctly. Now, if it has a yellow sticker with the price on it, it rings up fine. But if they just have a sign hanging up there, like the lady with the 50-cent checks, I would have taken a picture of that so that I don't have to walk. I guess I'm getting my steps in, I suppose. But so I wouldn't have to walk back in the middle of checking out, go take a picture of it, say, nope, this is what it said right there. I got proof. It happens all the time. So if you think anything might be suspiciously close to not ringing up to the right price, take a picture of it. Please leave your comments and questions in the comment section, and Mike will pull them. And as soon as I'm done with my 10 tips, I will get to them.
You're still on the 10 tips, right?
Yeah.
Because there's one that has related to what you're saying, and I'm not sure.
Well, go ahead. Probably, but go ahead.
I have found that because some people have said in the comments, and I've also thought the same thing. I'll just look on the Walmart app and scan it and see what the price is because they have a price check option on there. But don't trust that. I'll scan it to see what it's supposed to be. But when you get to the register, sometimes at our Walmart, the scanner at the front of the store will scan differently than the price that I scanned on the Walmart app while standing in the very same store. Mm-hmm. So if you're at all concerned about it, I would snap a picture of it and check.
I have had that happen also.
And it's great because then, somebody doesn't have to spend 10 minutes running back and looking for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. It happens all the time.
And I also make sure that the items on the shelf are in the shot so they can see where the sign is related to them. Yeah.
Yeah. The next thing is be flexible. Or no, the next thing is check the expiration dates. Listen, Walmart is notorious for putting out expired food. Now, if it's canned goods or something, I don't really worry about it because canned goods are good for 10 to 15 years past the expiration date. But if it's things like meat, bread, milk, check your expiration dates because Walmart is notorious for putting out old food. And I don't mind if it's on clearance and I know that it's getting ready to expire. But a lot of times they'll have something and I'm sitting here thinking this milk expires in 2 days. Are you kidding me? I'm not paying full price for milk that is full price, not marked down, that expires in 2 days. No, not doing that. So check your expiration dates. Next, be flexible. Walmart, after that thing going around, has had sketchy deliveries. How do I say that? Sketchy stock. So you may have to be flexible. You may go in for one type of cake mix and realize that you are not going to be able to buy that kind of cake mix and you're going to have to buy something else.
Have you talked about time yet? Times of the day to go?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
So we'll just go ahead since he mentioned that. Times of the day. Listen, know when your Walmart is going to be stocked and know when your Walmart marks stuff down. So I know that my Walmart is stocked in the morning, but don't go too early. So like I've taken my kids to school and at 8:15 I've gone there and the shelves are empty. But by 9:30 or 10 on a Tuesday or Wednesday, the shelves are all full. So try to go during the week. Try to go earlier morning, but not too early so that they still have time to get the shelves stocked. And ask when they mark their stuff down. Sometimes Walmarts will mark it down in the evening when right before everyone is getting off work to get all the people who are stopping in for groceries before dinner. Sometimes they'll do it in the morning after they have been all night and then they're trying to get rid of it in the morning. Homemade is not necessarily cheaper. There are a lot of times that I have gotten baked goods at Walmart's clearance section that are cheaper than making it homemade. So make sure that it is worth making something homemade, like French bread. I can get it on my Walmart clearance for 50 cents, 49 cents. Well, it's not worth it for me making a loaf of French bread for 49 cents, unless I just need to use up some flour in my stockpile or something. So The next one is bigger is not better. Buying in bulk does not mean buying a 8-pound package of oatmeal versus a 1-pound package of oatmeal. A lot of times, and I mean a lot of times, like I would say pretty much, I don't know of anything except pancake mix that I buy in bulk at Walmart. I'm trying to scan through my brain real quick and think, but every time the little pancake syrup is the same price or cheaper than the big pancake syrup. The little box of granolas is the same price or cheaper than the big box of granola bars.
I noticed that with the frozen mixed vegetables the other day. The like tiny package was a lot cheaper than the same amount of the big package.
Yeah.
And the big package was clearly marked value size.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not the value size. The smaller one is cheaper.
Yeah, I
so
noticed
you have
that.
to know that. The value size is there to trick you.
Yeah. The next thing is shop after the holidays. So after each holiday, Walmart has really good clearance on their holiday section, and you can use things for the next holiday. So buy your candy for Valentine's Day on the Christmas clearance, buy your Easter candy on the Valentine's clearance, buy your candy for the entire summer after your Easter clearance. After Halloween, buy the candy for Christmas. Their clearance is usually pretty good. I've noticed that Walmart usually keeps 50% for the first 7 days, and then it goes down to 75% for the next 5 to 7 days. And then after, let's see, that would be after a week and a half or so, then they'll mark it down to 90%. Sometimes it's 2 weeks. So it just depends. I think it must vary between Walmarts where or who decides what they're going to mark down on their clearance. But figure out your store system and just watch and make notes. And then just you can decide, okay, is this worth waiting on? Is there a lot of this? So it's worth it if it goes 90%, that type of thing. Walmart delivery. We had a really stressful time in our life in Colorado, and I was using Walmart delivery for several years, and I had excellent results with it. I only had 1 or 2 issues with it, but I will say that when you use delivery, if you get a product that isn't correct, make sure you call them right away and tell them that it's not correct. The other thing is like if something's broken, like if you get broken eggs or your bread is smashed or whatever, I have never not had them refund my money just right then and there. I don't know if all Walmarts do it that way, but that's the way my Walmart did it. Also, when I was doing it, the delivery driver said, do not tip. So I did not tip. I had really good success with the delivery option myself. Now, this Walmart here doesn't have delivery, but they have pickup. And I would say the same thing with the pickup. Now, the only thing I would say for both of those is it used to be that when Walmart would have to substitute something for you, they would give you a better item for the same price, but they don't do that anymore. Now they give you the better item and they charge you the better item's price. So let's say I wanted rice checks and it's $2.84 and they're out. So they got me regular rice checks, the name brand, and it's $4.85. There's no way I want those. So now make sure that you click, there's a little button to click, no substitutions. Okay. So make sure that you click that, or you might be charged with more expensive items than you actually wanted. That's my 10 tips.
Oh, I didn't hear them. Can you tell me again?
All right, guys, while Mike's sending me your comments and questions, please check out our sale on our Dining on a Dime print books, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These help you eat better, spend less with easy recipes with ingredients you already have at home, nothing crazy. Get you in and out of the kitchen in 15 to 20 minutes. Prep time, and then our gluten-free, dairy-free edition if you are gluten-free, dairy-free, but I only have 25 of these in stock. There's only 25 in stock. So if you want it on sale right now, go grab it because we have more on the way, but it will be approximately 4 to 6 weeks before they get here on the slow boat from South Korea. And we will only have the ebook during that time. We will take pre-orders, but you will have to wait until they get here if we sell out.
I didn't realize how close to the bottom we were, but Tara did a while back. So.
Actually, you know what, dear? Do we have that in the inventory right now?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Did you get me the questions?
I can send you some. So far, there haven't been a lot of major questions, but...
Or comments.
Oh, I don't know if Tara mentioned it, but one thing that I would notice is that we've seen a lot of odd items come into the store because they got stuck in the supply chain, and now, like, a lot of things have been coming into the store and they go on clearance the moment they show up.
Yeah, that happened with winter clothing this last week. I went in and there was clothes that they did not have. And
all winter there were no gloves in Wyoming.
No gloves in Wyoming. And okay, I got the stock, I think, saved now. So that is that correct? Yes, I think so. Whoops.
How many do we have?
We have about
Did you count them?
20. I hit save. Yes.
Did you check because there were like 3 or 4 boxes yesterday?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I think maybe. I hope this is calculating correctly. Okay, I don't know if I got my store correct on this, but if you get an email saying we sold out and you're going to have to wait, then we sold out, so I'll let you know. But okay, did you?
I think so.
Would you like me to sing while I wait for the comments to come through? Yoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, while I'm waiting for the comments to come, Laura says she ate cinnamon checks last night. Oh, I know. Those are so good, aren't they? Yes, I absolutely love that. Jane, 2 Walmarts closed in Portland due to theft issues. There's your socialist government for you. That will be what happens when you vote for those kinds of things. Unfortunately. Can you resend it? It's still not coming. Okay, let's see. Monique says the Walmarts in my area are good with refunds on items from pickup. Yeah, most of the ones that I've had issues with, they've always been really good about that. Christine says she still likes the toilet paper issue. Man, we needed to be filming today. We were trying to fix the toilet paper holders in our 2 upstairs bathrooms, and I got one fixed, but I didn't get the other one fixed. I'm just about ready to punch a hole in the wall with the hammer trying to get it to stay in there.
So you want it to, right now it says they're negative 2,000 available. How many do you want?
20.
I don't know what that means, but whatever. Okay, there we go. I think this means don't sell those. I don't know how to take that off.
Oh, okay. Actually, then make it.
Oh, no.
That's how many we've sold.
No, this is orders that are already in place.
So change that down to
30.
Oh, no. Change it down to about 15. I think that would be about right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right. So we only have about 15 left to sell now, guys.
Well, this says that we've already sold 10 of them.
I know. And we have about 25 in stock. So 10 plus 15 is 25.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to run out when I hit that. Okay.
Tara, how do you tag your grocery shopping with CFS? Well, I get in the car and I get a cart and I go grocery shopping. I just do it. It does make me tired, but I just know that on days that I do that I'm going to be tired and I probably won't, like, I try not to do it on days that I'm filming or something like that so that I'm not already worn out. And I just work around it. I try not to go on the weekends so that I'm not having to fight people in line and wait for registers and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Single Guy Simple Life says Walmart is a baseline price in my area. Yeah, for me it is too, I would say. Not for meat, but for everything else it is for me.
In Colorado, though, it was
Kroger.
Yeah.
Lana says she saved $78 yesterday at the discount route. That is great. Peace. 1st of January, my Kroger had Ocean Spray cranberry sauce for 50 cents. Best Buy August 2024. She got 90. Wow, you must really like cranberry sauce. I love cranberry sauce, but I don't know that I could eat 90. But I'm the only one who really eats it. Who really loves it. Mike likes it a little bit, but not like I really like cranberry. Lori says, I got 5 big boxes of Kellogg's cornflakes for 75 cents. That's great. She's been using them to make the granola in our Dining on a Dime Volume 1 right here. That is very delicious. If you want that recipe, it's free on our website, livingonadime.com. Linda, inventory has been very inconsistent in Southeast Wisconsin. However, we have discovered some good alternatives due to that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Edith, beware of Walmart. I'm constantly having to take pictures of shelf price. I am too. And I'm telling you, Walmart's doing it on purpose. I know they're doing it on purpose because the majority of people don't check. And I think it's just another way for them to make money. Kimmy, hello. I thought you were getting sleep last night after you got your situation taken care of. Or are you just so far behind you need 2 or 3 weeks? I am KU says I loved shopping at Walmart after the holidays. Yep. Simple Guy says I like having a Walmart app to check current non-clearance prices. Yep. Kara says this is a God thing. Hubby and I are going on our first Walmart date this evening. Love you guys. Aww. We go on Walmart dates all the time, don't we? Yeah. We have a very sad life, don't we? I'm sorry. Sandy, hi, Mike and Tara. What a beautiful dog. Oh, thank you. I got it for $2 at the thrift store here. You want to see it? There it is.
I like it.
So crafty. Box cereal is one. I always find that smaller box is cheaper. Yes, a lot of times is. Beth, I still have candy I got on sale after Halloween. Good for you for not eating it all at once. That's the problem. I have to hide it or it's all gone. Carol Ann, I was at Walmart 2 days ago and they had mail that was expiring yesterday at full price. So check all your dates. Yes. I don't mind if the price is marked down because they need to sell it soon. But paying full price for things that are expiring soon? No way. No, ain't going to happen. Margaret, if you got 30 boxes of cereal, want to go stale? No. Cereal lasts a good 2 to 3 years if you don't open it. I don't know why people have this thing with cereal going stale. But it doesn't. If you keep it sealed, I've had boxes of cereal for 4 years before that fell back behind the pantry that weren't open, and they were just fine. So, no, don't worry about it at all. Lori, I have to go through Instant Cart to shop at Walmart. Well, that's fine. Beth, Walmart delivery here is horrible. Don't get half of what you ordered. Now, that is a problem for me too, actually. I have noticed when I try to do the pickup, it will be in stock at the store, but it's not in stock online. And so that is pretty frustrating. So I've gotten to the point now where I don't really do the pickup much anymore. You can send me the next ones. Heather, we live in Oceanside, California. We are renting a 2-bedroom apartment and have 3 kids. My husband has a great paying job he likes in the area, but we still can't afford to buy a house close to his work. Any advice? Well, yeah, he's going to have to get a better job or you're going to have to move. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but if you have cut back on all of your expenses, then you're just going to have to accept that you live in an expensive place. And he's either going to have to get a better job or you're going to have to move. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is for things like that.
Well, and you say it's a great paying job, and it might be a great paying job if it was in Mississippi. But if you're in California and the job isn't covering that cost of your house,
Yeah.
then it's not really great paying for that area, unless there's some other expenses that you're spending on that are not necessary.
Yeah. But you'd have to cut back everything. Josephine says, my Walmart has school supplies for 25 cents. Wow, that's a good deal. Beverly, Walmart in Honolulu is closing. It can't make any money with all the thefts. Wow. Laura, I can't wait to receive my planner. Yeah, our planners, guys, 10% off for our Saving the Green sale last day today. Our planners are on sale. 400 pages, 366 day, 400 pages, undated, so you don't lose any days. You can start right now. I have had testimonial after testimony. It is the best planner they have ever used because it hits everything, but it's not complicated. Planners have gotten ridiculously complicated now. There's no reason for 90% of the stuff they put in planners nowadays. I get it. Some people like doing that stuff, and that's fine. But if you like keeping things simple like that, you will love my planner. It helps you keep organized without overwhelming you. Summer, every time I have ordered pickup, all the food are close to expiration. Well, then I wouldn't do pickup anymore. I mean, if that's the way your Walmart is going to be about it, then I just wouldn't do it then. Jay Moore, once we make it to Walmart, we don't even know where another grocery store is past there when it starts getting rural. Hard to get Lazy Bones to go with me to multiple places like Butcher Shop is best for meat. Well, I mean, yeah, you just got to find where the best places is for your prices.
So does he have to go with you?
I was going to say, why does he have to go with you? I don't understand why women insist on their men going shopping with them. I didn't even know that was a thing. Have I ever asked you to go, other than maybe when I was...
You asked me not to go shopping with you.
Other than when I was pregnant, maybe on bed rest. But even then, that was only like once or twice because Mom and I would go. But
she usually asks me like if she's not feeling good, but she has to pick out something that I can't pick for her to just drive her to the door and drop her off and run in. Or back when, when the kids were overwhelming and I worked like 2 blocks from Aldi, I would do all the shopping.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing.
But we never went together shopping, not like grocery shopping.
We almost never shop together, yeah.
Almost
usually
never.
It's if we're already out, like if it's date night and we're out, afterwards we go to Walmart.
Yeah, pick up something.
Yeah.
Ellie says, is this a live stream 3 days in a row? Yes, I'm so glad you love it. Heather, those are great tips. Thanks for sharing. You are welcome. Lana, my credit card was hacked from Walmart. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Helter Skelter, we used delivery at Walmart and had a few times where we got groceries we didn't order. You can't return these items, and we don't get charged for them either, so their mistake was our benefit. Well, hey, there you go. Christine. Oh, let's read that one. IMKU says, if the USA and state government wanted to really help those on Social Security and welfare, they would buy and give everyone on it and the new people who get on it a set of your books. Thank you. Actually, I will tell you, ours is the really only frugal cookbooks you need. Seriously. 1,200 recipes and tips in here, 800 recipes and tips in here, but I wanted to make sure that it was comprehensive, and it is an encyclopedia of frugal cooking. And if you want to save money, you will save money using our cookbooks. Yes, Shirley, my top is, I think it was $2 at the thrift store. I can't remember if I paid $1 or $2. It was something like that. Sandy, and Sandy says she loves the top even more after seeing the bottom. You're welcome. I'm glad that you could see it. And Nancy, is the PDF print book writable? So
I don't know.
I don't know what program you're using or what you use, but we just print it out and put it in a folder, but in a 3-wing file folder, not file folder, but
well, that's one that Copyco did, so I think it's probably, I don't know that it has fillable spaces on there. I
think you might have to print it out.
I think you would have to print it.
Yeah, and as soon as we get our gluten-free done, I'm going to have that in print, but it will probably be June, maybe, before it's in print. Mary, is Walmart's a good place for vitamins? Do you take them all at once or do you spread them out over the day? So I don't buy the majority of my vitamins on Walmart. I buy most of my vitamins off of Amazon, and yes, I spread them out during the day. Jane from the country, how's the kitchen remodel going? We talked a lot about this on yesterday's show, but it's, yeah.
What was that?
That's all I'm going to say about that, the kitchen remodel. So we're kind of stuck on the countertops at the moment. They had another job they had to do, and snow is coming again tomorrow night, I think. So they're not going to be able to be over here till Monday again. And then today I discovered on the epoxy, I cannot put anything on my countertops for a month after we get them installed. I don't know how we're going to keep people from putting stuff on the countertops for a month. But we're going to have to somehow. So,
just leave all the construction stuff laying around and they won't think they should go in there.
Yeah. So, we worked on Mike's brilliant idea today. We went to the Restore and got a few things for Mike's brilliant idea and the laundry room remodel that I'm working on also at the same time. Plus enough stuff to fill up the pickup the rest of the way. He bought one thing. You bought one thing.
For what?
Today at the Restore. Out of a whole pickup load, he got one thing. You guys will see that on Taiwan Tuesday on Tuesday. What's funny is I might actually be able to show I might be able to reveal Mike's brilliant idea before the kitchen remodel is done at this point.
Yeah, you might have to, because it might take too long for the rest of the remodel.
Yeah. Elizabeth, on your toilet paper holders, do they need to repair or replace? I can't buy the mega rolls with the fancy Italian toilet paper holders. Oh, wow. So I replaced one because we had this obnoxious toilet paper roller that just clanked every time you use it. It was the most obnoxious sound. And it rattled through the whole house. It was like...
Oh, somebody's in the bathroom again.
I don't need to know you're in the bathroom, thank you. So I replaced that one, but then the other one, the hole in the wall to hold it is too big. And so it's not staying on the wall. So that needs to be fixed. I guess I just need to go get a bigger toggle bolt probably. Chelsea's mom, our bathroom has 2 toilet paper holders. I swear it was a selling point for hubby. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Sandy, we only have Kroger delivery, which I guess is a new warehouse concept. Okay, that's interesting.
Funny about the double toilet paper rollers is they're like $9 at Home Depot. You can put them on yourself. So I'm surprised that you wouldn't just have done that. Maybe he never thought of it.
Kitsy, do you have television cable or use satellite services? No, we do not. I'm saving up to buy property in Idaho. We do not use any of that. We do have Amazon Prime for our business. But so we watch a lot on that. And then we do have a subscription to Friendly, which is what, $7 a month?
Yeah.
So we have those 2 things.
Friendly, we can use it with the Roku on our TV.
So it's about what, $15 a year or something like that. Or month, I mean.
You can also use it on a computer if you don't want to use it if you don't have a Roku.
And then YouTube, we watch a lot of old movies and stuff on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Sandy, I bet in the beginning the price issues were staffing issues, but I bet they found out most people don't check. Yeah. Lena, I've been making the taco seasoning from Volume 1 for years now. Much better seasoning than Walmart or any other grocery store, and much cheaper too. Yeah, I have never bought taco seasoning packets ever in my entire life because all I do is just make up a batch of taco seasoning and then it lasts me several months. So I don't have to worry about ever running out of Italian seasoning or taco seasoning or anything. All of those recipes are in Volume 1 and Volume 2, 35% off right now, guys. It's the last day, and we only have 20 of our, what do you call it? Gluten-free cookbooks left in stock right now. So if you want the gluten-free edition, go grab it because we only have 15 of those in stock. 15 of those in stock right now. All right. Can you see me the next one?
Sure.
It's Katie. Do you two have any inexpensive date night ideas for my husband and I? Well, I mean, you could get a Coke and go to the park. You could get an ice cream cone and go to the park. You could sit at home and put the kids bed early and watch movies. Here's one thing, actually, that parents don't do. They don't put their kids to bed early enough. That is I think that is just wrong. My kids, when they were newborn until about 3, they went to bed at 6:30 at night. From about 3 to 6 or 7, they went to bed at 7 o'clock. At 7 to about 10 or so, they went to bed at 7:30. At 10 or so to 11, 12, they went to bed at 8 o'clock. And then in high school, they had to be in bed by 9:30 or 10. But parents need to put their kids to bed early. And if you say, well, my kids won't go to sleep. Okay, so for my kids that wouldn't sleep, we would say, okay, you're going to bed at 6:30, but you can play or color quietly in your room until it's time to go to sleep. So usually we did like 30 minutes or so. And then they had to go to bed and get in bed.
They kind of liked that, actually. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah. And even nap time, my kids, until they were about 7 years old, 6 or 7, they had nap time every single day. And even if they couldn't sleep or wouldn't sleep, they had nap time and they had to go into their rooms and play quietly for an hour so mom could collect herself during the day. Yeah. So that's one thing. The other thing is just, find cheaper free stuff to do. Like our town has like Third Thursday where they have this big festival downtown. They have all kinds of festivals in my town for, free stuff to do. Check out the local festivals. Go to the, restaurant and just get dessert. It doesn't have to be dinner. Just go and get dessert and coffee or something if you want. But it doesn't have to cost a lot. Laura, I found...
Well, and sometimes if you just kind of just drive around and you see something happening, or you try a new park, you'll find out, wow, that park has an ice cream stand that only sells their ice cream for $1 or whatever. And you'll start, if you look around, you start noticing there are things like that in your area. It might be helpful to ask other people that live near you too.
Or you could gaze into each other's eyes.
Psychotic gazing.
Laura says, I found skirt sate for $1.99 a pound, about 20 of them. They were from 5 to 15 pounds each. She bought all they had. Yeah, that's a great deal. Man, I would have too. How long do cake mixes last after the Best Buy? Sandy wants to know. So really, they kind of last indefinitely. Well, not indefinitely, but what goes bad in the cake mix is the baking powder. So a couple of years past the expiration date, but if it doesn't smell bad, like the oils in the flour have gone rancid or anything, and it smells just fine, you can use it and just add a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of baking powder if you think it's expired, and still use it. Granny, while going shopping, I keep the amount spent in my head rounded up. So if the price at the register is too high, I know they messed up. Yes, very good. Yeah. QT is pronounced QT. Okay. I'm sorry. I had no idea how you say that. M. Hayes says, yay. Hey, caught you live. Thank you. Kitsy, we just bought ground beef for $1.89 in Southern California. All you Californians, stop telling me you can't find good deals, because you can. Packaging it and freezing it with the Food Saver. Good job. I have to stay out of Walmart. I end up spending way too much because there are too many sparkly things in there. Says Baitable Low. I don't know.
What?
I don't know how you say that name. Guys, give me some normal names here. Ashley, I just ordered a Bible. You are welcome. I am so glad you can use it. If you guys want a free Bible, we offer free Bibles. livingonadime.com, go to the shop, click on free Bible, use the coupon code free Bible, and we will be happy to send you one, and we won't contact you, call you, nothing. Wanda, she says she didn't like her husband coming along. He cost us way too much. That's funny. Lori, if I want to spend triple my planned budget, I will let my husband go to the store with me. Wow. That's a whole lot. I didn't know husbands had that problem. Oh, it's because I don't feed you. That's why. I'm not allowed to feed you. We got the stupid comment of the day yesterday. I'm sorry. She was like, well, here you're going and buying all the thrift store stuff, and you don't allow Mike and the boys to eat what they want. Do you get to eat what you want, dear?
Yep.
Do you feel deprived? Do you feel deprived that you don't get to ever eat what you want?
No, I do what I want.
Good grief, people. Gail, people are doing that more. I'm not quite sure what she's talking about. But anyway, Julie, do you think you will do another cookbook? Probably not. Beth, I love you guys. I got my cookbook volume 1 this week. I'm so excited. Yay. If you need to start somewhere, this is the place to start, is volume 1. It has all the basic recipes, and they're all tested, so we know they taste good and we know they work. So if something didn't work, it's because you did something wrong or didn't follow the recipe exactly to start with. And thank you, Wanda. She says, don't forget to check out all their ebooks. We have recipes and a ton of them. Yes. livingonadime.com. It's 50% off for ebooks right now, guys, until tonight. The end of night tonight. You can just figure out when that is.
Gee, I wonder what you said in the newsletter.
I don't know what I said. What did I say in the newsletter? What time did I say? I don't even want to know.
I'm not going to tell you.
I don't even want to know. Patricia, my guitars are in late. Kitchen remodel issues 2 more weeks. Can I make it? Patricia, I don't know if you can, actually.
What was it?
She has 2 more weeks on her kitchen remodel. Oh. I don't know if you can. At this point, if you could see the condition of my house, I'm like, I really need to do some picking up in the house, but I really need to do the kitchen remodel stuff that we're going to be doing, because now it has gone so overpriced, over budget, that we are starting to do some of the little stuff just because we can do it, and they can't be here anyway. So it just keeps it moving along as it is.
Well, also we're seeing progress when,
yeah.
Well, we realized that some things that are really easy for us, it's not worth paying them to do.
Yeah.
So if they're not here and we do those things, it's making progress and it doesn't take us very long. Like I really like doing electrical work. And I'm like,
and
there's a bunch of
painting.
electrical stuff that's not done yet. So I'm just.
I don't mind painting and doing touch-ups and stuff like that. So I'm like, wait a minute, why are we paying them to do that stuff when we can do it? And stuff like the painting, it's actually better for me to do it because I can put a coat on and it can dry. Well, if they were doing it, put a coat on, they wouldn't be able to put the next coat on till the next day. So I can keep moving forward on that stuff, and that's a no-brainer. So, and I'm really good at that. So, Lori, can you talk about using Instant Cart and shop at Walmart?
Okay.
I don't use Instant Cart. I've never used it. I have no idea how to use it, so I can't really help you with that one. I'm sorry. Valerie, I buy all of my baking items at Walmart, lowest prices on flour, sugar, etc. So in my town, that's true also. But when I lived in Colorado, that was not true. So it just kind of depends on where you live. I totally get that. So Sassy Pants says, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, and I find smoking gills on meat all the time at the health food store, even ground turkey for 99 cents. Yeah, I know. Oh, I lost a shimmer. Oops.
Oh,
I don't know where it came off of.
Uh-oh,
I lost a shimmer.
We'll have to search and put it back on.
Listen to you. Diana, I love my cookbooks. I was so shocked to hear your mom say that she lived in Wichita Falls, Texas for a while. I lived in Wichita Falls. When did she live there? Oh, back in the 70s.
I didn't know she lived in Wichita Falls.
I never heard. All I heard was El Paso, so I did not know that.
Yeah.
Sweet Barks and Berries says, hang a tarp between the top and bottom cabinets, covering access to the cat. Oh, duh. That's a good idea.
Well, I was wondering about
That's a
putting
really good
plastic
idea.
over them.
That's a great idea. Okay, we'll do that.
Does it need air underneath there?
But it would get enough that
We
it
should
would
put
be
little
okay.
tents in so it looks like a.
It would be enough. Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you. I'm gonna do that. Sandy says, friendly is my favorite. Yay! And
Yeah,
Robin
we've really
says,
liked it since we've gotten it, especially lately.
She says they have a lot of old great shows. Oh yeah, we've been watching their old great shows too, like Carol Burnett and Murder She Wrote and Waltons and not Waltons on there. Something else I can't remember.
Well, they have all those. They have Columbo. They do have the Waltons, don't they?
Is that the one with Waltons? I can't. Anyway, I don't remember.
We like it for Great American Family, which has those, but there are probably 15 channels total that are all different kinds of old. There's like Me TV and something that has like old shows from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and there's a lot of stuff on there. And we were looking through for a long time, thinking, what kind of movie are we gonna watch tonight? What's out there? And we'd be looking through movies like in Amazon or somewhere, or in YouTube, and getting frustrated. And lately, we discovered Murder She Wrote, which neither one of us really particularly cared about when we were younger, and we were like, oh, this is a good show. So we've been watching it. So it's easy now because we don't have to think about what it is.
Well, we started watching some of these movies, and they have even like the older ones, like the 1930s and 40s movies. I don't know if we're just so brain dead or what, but some of these, you're like, they have so many characters. Like we watched one the other night, and in the end, the person who did it, we didn't even remember them even being in the movie.
Yeah.
And we're like,
wait, who's that person?
Who's that person?
2 movies in a row we had that experience.
And we're like, what? And I mean, they had like 10 or 12 characters, like all main characters who could have done it. And then in the end, you were like, well, who in the heck was that? I had no idea who that was.
Oh, Lana says Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, they do have Little House on the Prairie on there. They have a lot of shows on there that are good. Yeah. And movies. Even now, they're still doing the Christmas movies if we wanted to watch them. But
yeah. Jane from the country wants to know, do we have neighborhood meetings like once a month? Did in our last home in Colorado.
Oh, thank goodness, no.
So our HOA in Colorado was like every 6 months once a year. It was once a year in Colorado. But how often do we have neighborhood meetings for our HOA, dear?
Daily? Pretty much every day.
Daily? So the funny thing about this house is it has an HOA, and we are it.
We're a platted neighborhood. Our property is a platted neighborhood by itself, and so
we are the HOA.
So it's funny that when we bought the house, I said, "Well, this says there's an HOA. We really didn't want an HOA. What's up with the HOA?" He's like, "Oh yeah, there's nothing going on there." I said, "Well, the paperwork says there's an HOA."
So we were like, "No HOAs."
So I asked, and finally I think I asked the closing people before we got to the closing, who manages the HOA when there's only one lot in the subdivision? They're like, well, I guess you do. Like, okay. So now we go out and do things where we're like, yeah, I guess our HOA, I'm surprised our HOA approved of this.
Does our HOA approve of an 8-foot fence?
Well, yeah, I guess. Wait, why do you want an 8-foot fence?
I'm just asking. If I want to put up an 8-foot fence, will my HOA allow me to?
What if you want to put up a 2-story greenhouse?
Oh, a 2-story greenhouse. In
Colorado,
could you imagine that?
In Colorado, we put a shed on the hill, and they said the shed could be a maximum height of 8 feet, I think. And I was thinking,
very tip of the roof could only be.
I was thinking, well, the tip of the roof on the low side of the hill is actually 8 feet 4 inches off the ground, and on the high side, it's like 7 feet something, and so now we don't have to worry about that. Although we're not usually troublemakers anyway.
Nancy, I noticed you're painting your cabinets. Do you know if melamine cupboards are paintable, or maybe I should do an IKEA kitchen? Yes, they are. But what I would do is get a bonding primer and put on there first. And what it does is it puts a special coat of primer on there that then the paint bonds better and holds better. So I would get yourself some bonding primer. Janet, Shaw Market has whole chicken legs for 99 cents a pound. Wow. They paid 74 cents. Wow. And She loves our channel. We've really helped her. Yay. Thank you so much. I'm
That's
so
great
glad.
to know, because some days we're wondering,
Yes. Yeah.
is this actually helping somebody?
Laura, how's your weather? We're getting cold, snow, and wind. It's cold. Well, today it was really nice. It was a nice 45. We were out in short sleeves in the snow. But tomorrow we're supposed to get like 5 to 8 inches again this weekend.
But we had 5 or 6 inches the other day, and most of it melted already.
Yeah, but we're like Colorado. April and May are your March and April are your snowiest months of the year. So, yeah. Beverly, I've heard Sweet Baby Ray's has no sugar added barbecue sauce. Oh, that would be interesting to check out. I love them. Marilyn says the gluten-free book is really good. Her daughter-in-law says, yep, we've only got 15 left in stock, guys, if you need them. More on the way, but it could be 4 to 6 weeks, depending on supply chain, how long before they get here. Linda, I paid $1 for a dozen eggs at Walmart today. Woo! Oh, they were Zachary chocolate-covered marshmallow eggs. No change in price in the last 5 years. Oh, you got me on that one. Grandma's sweet, so happy. Homestead says a friend set up a computer or tablet in the car. I have popcorn, pretend they were at a drive-in movie. Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, could we make out in the back seat, honey?
Yeah, we could.
I don't know.
Especially if you're wearing that.
Oh, I don't know. At our age, we might pull something if we were making out in the back seat. Trav says, we got both of your books. My hubby, who has never looked at a cookbook, started leafing through the pages. He's picked a dozen things he wants me to try to cook. We're doing this. Yay! Hey, that's great. Update me and let me know how it goes. DK says, I got a great bargain on avocados this week and put a lot of them in the freezer. I used your recipe and it's great. Thank you so much. I think that recipe is in volume 2. It is definitely on our website. I think it's in volume 2 also, though. Beverly says, create a bedtime routine from the day you bring them home, assuming all is well with the baby. Yes, that's exactly what we did. Nancy, those are the bedtimes we use for our children, and I try to use it with grandchildren. Yes. These parents who let their 5-year-olds stay up till 9, 10 o'clock at night, that's absolutely ridiculous. And then you wondered why you're a frazzled parent and you're yelling at your kids all the time. I'm sorry. You got to get something straightened out in your life. That's just wrong. Sandy, we live 4 miles from the ocean, so we have free beach dates. Ooh, Mike would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did mountain dates. We would drive up to the mountains and do that a lot.
Yeah, and somebody had
when
mentioned
we lived in
about
Colorado.
A one-time cost or something. In Colorado, we would pay
a yearly fee to get into the park, national park.
Yeah, once a year for a pass. And in those days, it was $40 for the whole year. And we'd go like a dozen or more times that.
Yeah.
Well, we'd probably go every day. We went every day, but a dozen or more times the kids and I went hiking.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Lynn, what time did your kids get up in the morning if they went to bed early? 6, 7, usually. Mama Bear, date night, local church suppers, church concerts, programs. Same around here. Yep. Host healthy cooking classes. There you go. M. Hayes, what are your thoughts on vacuum sealing things like cake mix, baking soda, baking powder, or Bisquick? You can, but I think it's a waste of time and money. But you can if you want to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think vacuum sealing stuff like that is kind of a waste, but it will last longer. So I guess if you're vacuum sealing for like 5 or 10 year storage with oxygen absorbers or something, that would be fine. Jen got corned beef at Walmart this week for $1.99. Ooh, that's good. Sandy, free date available this evening in our area. Concert in the park. Yeah, we have a lot of concerts in the park too. Why is meat cheaper when sold in large packages? I just guess so they don't have to take the time to package more, I suppose. I don't know. Chelsea's mom, one of our favorite date nights is sitting around a fire pit. Yes, we used to love fire pits also. If we can ever get our fire pit unburied from the snow. Dave was wanting to have one tonight, and I'm like, Dave, there's 3 feet of snow around the fire pit. We can't even get in the fire pit to get it started to melt it off if we wanted to. Nikki says she just bought her first cookbook. Can't wait to get it. Thank you, my lovebirds. Oh, we lovebirds.
Oh, yes. This week. Just...
Pink butterfly cake mix. Water or milk is better. Milk just adds a richer flavor. So it's just, if you have extra milk, then use the extra milk. Or sour milk would be really good to make it fluffier. whichever you want to use. Mama Bear, more date night ideas, one-time investment, kayaks. Yeah. I would love to do kayaking. My strength is, my muscles are so weak now. I've got to start exercising again. I was doing really good and then I stopped. But I think kayaking would be fun. But the only place to kayak around here, well, we have our little pond, but could you see me going back and forth like 3 million times?
Yes, I could see you doing that.
But the closest one is like not quite a half an hour away. So it would kind of be, I don't know.
The Smet?
Yeah, be kind of a pain to go kayaking here.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be too bad. The one thing is they said in the summer that you have to be careful of rattlesnakes around the shore. But the snakes, if they hear you coming, they usually go.
Elizabeth bought a star fruit this morning. It rang up for $14.99 instead of $1.49. Holy moly. Lucky I was watching the checker and she corrected it. That's great. Sandy says she owns every one of our ebooks too. Yay! 50% off right here, guys. Our ebooks also. So go check them out. Sassy Pants says found chicken tenderloins for $1.99 and skinless thighs for 99 cents and wings and drums for 99 cents. Wow. Matt, I buy 25-cent Quaker Oats, 42. Oh, I buy 25 Quaker Oats, 42 ounce at a time. Okay, I have no idea what that means. I buy 25 Quaker Oats, 40 ounce at a time. 42 ounces at a time. Okay. Well, good. I have no idea what that means, but good. Nancy, is the ebook like your cookbook? Yes, the ebooks are just the same version of our cookbooks. It's just that we don't ship outside the United States, and a lot of people like using cookbooks on their computers, tablets, iPhones, or just any phones and stuff like that now. So we have the ebooks also. Jen?
Well, hold on a second. I think, didn't she say a collection? Oh, no. Because some people were asking if it was a collection. So there are some ebooks that are the same as the cookbooks, and then there are other ebooks and collections that are separate from the cookbooks. One person asked that made it sound like they thought they bought the dining ebook, it would be the same as buying all of them.
No, but we have other recipe books in ebook form that aren't in print, like our crock pot ebook and our plan ahead leftovers and our leftovers ebook series, or in our menus ebook series and stuff like that. So Jen, making my husband eat baked chicken thighs tonight, asparagus and strawberry cake. I'm so cruel. Oh, you're such an awful wife. Kathy, I used sweet pickle juice in my pork chops today. Added great flavor. Yes, doesn't it? Next one. It makes really good. It makes really good marinade. Rita says we're such a blessing, and she enjoys watching us.
Oh, very cool.
Isn't that sweet? Denise, hello. Robert says he made coffee cake from volume 1, took it to church, and it was a big hit right here. Isn't it delicious? Oh my goodness. We make that coffee cake all the time. As a matter of fact, I got my oven hooked up. My oven is hooked up. So I can mix things in the basement and bring it up and bake it now if I want. We'll see. But yeah.
Oh, Jen says De Smet is good for kayaking. What is boysen? Maybe it might be a misspelling, or maybe De Smet is good for kayaking. Boysen too. Camping is okay, but I have to beat the Coloradans there first. There's another lake that I think looks even cooler down by what is that lake that's down north of
Glendo?
Yeah, Glen.
All the Coloradans go there too.
Yeah, that's closer to Colorado, so I assume. But that one looks like there are more trees. We haven't actually been out to De Smet. We've just driven past it and looked down at it from the highway.
I really want to go camping this year. I would like to go camping this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would like to do more camping. I haven't been camping for probably, well, I haven't been camping. Let's see. The last time I went camping was, holy moly, like almost 15 years ago, I think.
Wow.
So Lana, I saved a lot listening to Tara, Mike, and Jill. I'm not pooping dollar bills anymore. Yay, Lana.
You were watching
I'm
yesterday.
so glad you're not pooping dollar bills anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we should call our budgeting ebook. Stop pooping dollar bills. I think that would be great. Becky's home. Hi, Guy, Tara, and Mike. I bought both volume 1 and 2 last month. Yay! My family loves the sesame chicken. That's in volume 2, I believe. Thank you for all your great information and recipes. Blessings to you and your family. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Instacart has lots of fees plus tips required. They are very high. I switched to W Plus with in-home delivery and I'm saving a ton. No tips, great service. Yeah. I'm sorry. That video, Mom and I did a video on that a while back that hasn't been edited yet and we're working on it. But tipping, I think tipping should be eliminated in this country. It's just ridiculous now. Matt. If you buy oatmeal, remember to buy brown sugar. Yes, Mike would tell you that also.
Yeah, Mike loves the brown sugar.
Yeah. Ellen says an 8-foot fence will deter the deer. Yeah, wait till you guys see what the raccoons have done to my garden this winter. I finally got on the snow drifts. I walked on top of the snow drifts. They're about 3 or 4 feet tall. And yeah, I'm not a happy camper. Let's just put it that way. Emily, I had to mount my teepee holders 5 feet above the floor because I have a dog. Oh my goodness. That she must unroll everything. Wow. Crescent, have a picnic in your living room. There you go. Elizabeth, my sister is in an HOA with some people on crazy power trips. Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started on that. And what would make me so mad was they would pick some things, but not other things. Like it was not legal for people to have basketball goals, even in their driveways. They were not allowed to have them in their driveways. Yet they were all over driveways, all over the street. And then people started getting hockey goals. We couldn't even drive out of our driveway because there was so much sports equipment in the street.
Well, and our cul-de-sac was really small, and so the people on either side of us they put it between us and them, but it was such that I think we went over and said, hey, we think we're going to run over your basketball goal when we back out of the driveway. Would you please move it to your property?
So I would call and complain to the HOA. Yeah, I'm that person, because if you're going to holler at me about my fence that I'm working on building, but you're not going to deal with all these basketball goals, you better believe I'm going to call and complain. And the guy had the audacity to say, well, we can't police everything. Yeah, you can. If it's in the HOA rules, you better be policing it and everybody better be following the rules. If that's what I'm paying you $200 or whatever to do. My irritation. That's why I hate HOAs. They're from Satan. Esther, my sister did a solar condo in San Diego. Your HOA was more than my mortgage. I know.
You know, in some places, the HOA does a lot more than in other places. So if you own a fancy condo in a place where they do all the lawn maintenance and everything else, that would be why. Or if there's a swimming pool or a clubhouse. But our place, it just had a few grass things on the edge of the place and a sign at the beginning of the neighborhood. And then I think the rest of it was supposed to be for the quality of the houses or whatever. But what we noticed is that they would allow people to there was a thing about RVs and people they were rioting that they couldn't have their RVs. So like, it says no RVs.
But it was cheaper for them to get fined every single day for their RV being parked on the street instead of putting it in storage. So people would just leave their RVs and just pay the fines.
They would get on people for RVs, but not for the basketball things. And at first it was like, it's COVID. But then they just left them there permanently after that. And there was actually one time where we were putting up a fence. No, we put up a fence, but there's one little section we didn't get put up yet because it was just between our house and the neighbor's fence, and they hadn't built their fence yet. So we were waiting for that little section, and I think they had built their fence, and we were getting ready to put it up. But we just had this pallet thing across there, and I went to the HOA meeting and found out that we were going to get a nastygram from them. So I got some fence pieces and a ladder and a wheelbarrow and some shovels, and I staged it all over there to look like we were working on it right now. We didn't get any notice, and then I was going to work on it anyway, but a couple weeks later, I finally did it. The funny thing about that is, because we were in the cul-de-sac and it was like a long way down to that area, you had to almost be on our property to see that.
Crazy Chick says how to make the bread bowl on the front of our picture. So that picture is not actually featuring the bread bowl, it's featuring the soup. But to make that, all you do is just take any loaf of white bread and make it into a circle. You can bake it in a metal pan if you want that size, but and then just bake it in the circle and then cut out the top and scoop out the insides. Mirth, hello from Spain. Our videos are so inspiring. Thank you.
Might be fun to go to Spain.
Yeah. Lisa, at the store yesterday, drumsticks for 49 cents a pound. See, you guys are finding deals all over. This drives me nuts when people say, oh, I can't find any deals. Yes, you can. You just don't want to look. So, Christina, do we have a smaller planner? No, we are only selling the large one. The large one outsold the small one by like 10 times. So we just don't do the small one anymore.
And it costs us a lot more money to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diana, if you freeze avocados, do they need to be ripe? Yes. Jane from the country, have we been to Yellowstone? Oh, don't even talk about our Yellowstone trip. On our honeymoon. We were almost divorced just outside of Yellowstone.
Huh?
By the Lewis and Clark.
That wasn't until Coeur d'Alene.
Wasn't that at Yellowstone?
No,
I thought it was at Yellowstone.
No, Yellowstone, you were like completely
sorry.
not connected.
Wrong thing.
She was having a...
We drove through. We've been to Yellowstone just driving through.
But she hadn't eaten a lot and was super sick going through Yellowstone. Yeah. But
no, we should go this year.
We wanted to go last year, but after they had the flood, they made it sound like, well, the news made it sound like all the park was closed. And then at the end of the season, they're like, nobody came to the park because the news said it was closed. But apparently only one little section of it was closed.
Yeah. Rita says, wow, that's a lot of snow. 72 here in Missouri. Wow, I can't imagine. Yeah, our son's in Oklahoma and he's getting tornadoes today. Mary, why are your live shows saying news schedule?
Well, the reason I pasted that in there is because it says like scheduled 8 p.m. or something, or news schedule. We're a little confused because a number of people have said that somewhere they're seeing that it says our show is scheduled for 8:30 p.m. We never do shows at 8:30 p.m. So I'm not sure what that would be. If you've seen weird things like, if anyone besides Mary has seen that, because it seems like a couple shows somebody has commented on something that sounds like the exact same thing. We'd be curious to know, because today we thought we saw an announcement for yesterday's show. Yeah.
Robert made the yes. DK Set says she's sold on the guacamole recipe too. Isn't our guacamole the best? My guacamole is the best in the entire world. No one makes better guacamole than I do, and it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Ellie, we have kayaks for fishing. We enjoy this time together. Oh, maybe what we should do is get 2 kayaks and do our business meetings out on the kayaks.
You just chuck it overboard.
Need some of the next ones. Yeah. MK says, as a retired kindergarten teacher, we appreciate those parents that put their kids to bed early. Tired, grumpy 5-year-olds were no fun. Yeah. Oops. And then the parents blame the teachers. I mean, I'm sorry. That's a parenting issue. Bruce says, I'm on my HOA board. There are no fines. If you commit an offense and don't clear it up, then you get turned over to attorneys, go to court, lose, and pay the attorney's fees and court costs. Wow. My. Okay, they're still from Satan. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know nothing. I can say nothing good of HOAs. Nothing good at all. I mean, you can say they keep your property values up, but the amount of headache and hassle for that, it was not.
And it was like the United Nations when you go to a meeting. There's like a 6-hour-long meeting of people arguing about things. And the one guy in the neighborhood who, I guess he's retired or something, and sits in his house with the binoculars all day long, is the one that comes and wants to be the HOA president. And it's just, and our HOA, wow, it was so dysfunctional that they hired and companies that were supposed to go out and see and send enforcement notices and stuff. And those companies kept quitting. And eventually they took it on themselves. And it was just a nightmare.
And then they told me, well, we can't police everything.
Yeah, that was the thing, is that because initially we didn't want an HOA. And when they sold us the house, they said, well, it'll keep your property values up. Well, the property values went up, but the neighborhood went down. Mm-hmm. So they just went up because everybody in the world wants to live in Colorado now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Patricia said mine went way over budget. Are you talking about your kitchen remodel? Yeah, our budget is just totally shot now. And we even doubled what we thought it would be.
Although it's still way over, but what they originally told us they thought it would be did not include a couple of things that are
like Mike's brilliant idea, but
we
we added on for that, and
we added on for that, and I estimated even more.
But I hadn't planned on getting new appliances, and I got new appliances.
Yeah,
hadn't planned on the window being quite as much. The window was an extra $1,000 over what we thought it was. We've wasted probably $1,000 to $2,000 just talking about stuff, because even though I had kitchen plans, we were talking about this today, even though I had kitchen plans, it didn't work out. The plans didn't work with reality. So we've spent a lot of time on the clock, which is fine. I'm just saying this is one of the reasons why. Talking with them, trying to figure out problems that we've had. There were some major issues with Mike's brilliant idea. There were some major issues. Stupid stuff like the microwave probably cost us close to $2,000 just dealing with the microwave, maybe $1,500. But just dealing with the microwave was a huge expense. And in the end, we ended up having to just set it on the counter anyway. So it's dumb stuff like that we hadn't expected. Janet, I was looking at Mike's biscuit recipe in volume 1. Canned biscuits at the store, ridiculous. Yes. What is a scant cup of milk? That means 1 cup of milk minus 1 or 2 tablespoons. Rhonda, I like to watch Monk. Yes, we watch Monk too. We like Monk. But we almost have them all memorized, so we were looking for something different.
Yeah. We watch them every year for a while.
Yeah. Friendly is a TV service. FRNDLY, I think.
Yeah. And it's primarily if you have a Roku or Roku TV, but you can also use it on a computer. I imagine you could probably use it on a mobile thing, but I don't like watching TV on a little device. So, but I've been able to see it on the computer as well. But we watch it on a Roku TV, which was given to me as a gift a few years ago for Christmas.
I got on Black Friday. I was standing there with my hand on it as they were undoing the plastic. So as the plastic slid out from under my hand, I could grab it. That was nuts.
What's funny is most of the other people that bought it that day from you have probably upgraded their TV 3 times since then.
Yeah, probably.
It's a nice TV, and it's way bigger than we thought we'd ever have. And it's not that huge compared to what people get now, but it seemed huge to me at the time.
See, the Early Channel says, I love the honey baked chicken. Thank you. That is in our volume 1 and on our website, free if you want it. Tanya Purge, question for my family and my son's friend's family is both were in a very severe accident on Tuesday. I am so sorry. Wow.
What's free on the website?
Honey baked chicken.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I am so sorry about that, man. Those car accidents, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Sandy says they've been watching Columbo the first few evenings. Yep. Kitsy says, I can't stand our HOA. They literally tried foreclosing on my house, forgot to put the trash cans behind the side gate. Gardener would forget to put them and left them out behind. $1,200 later. Oh my goodness. Lana, put the microwave on the pantry shelf. We don't have a pantry. Our pantry is like a little, it's not convenient. It's in the laundry room. So do you feel legalizing marijuana has caused a lot of weirdos to move to Colorado? Yes, it's ruined Colorado. Well, Colorado was ruined already, but that just made it go down the toilet even faster. Connie, my daughter lives in Meade, Colorado. She got into trouble with her HOA because of her American flag was too big. So I wonder if she lived in our HOA because we lived in Meade, Colorado. If she lives in Western Meadows, I feel for her.
Yeah, it was an awful HOA.
That's where we lived.
It's funny because we were not going to consider any more houses with an HOA. And what's funny is, even though we were hesitant to get that HOA in Colorado, the previous place we lived, there was one house when you drive right into the neighborhood that had junk all the way out to the street, like broken down cars and appliances and stuff. But this HOA didn't really, it was not really a solution like that. It was supposed to be.
Yeah. Ruth says in Texas, state laws kind of have HOAs tied down where they can't do much. Good for them. Texas has their brains about them if they can keep it that way. But did you send me the next batch?
I sent you Did you get 6 yet?
Yep.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Oh my! Wow, you're really burning through
Are
it.
you going to buy a freestanding Panasonic microwave? I am not, Barbara. So the area that we have to put a microwave, the Panasonic will not fit. So we just got the $70 jobby from Walmart, and we're just going to replace it every 6 months or a year when it blows.
Actually, were you wanting it on the counter now?
That's where we're putting it. We have to put it on the counter.
So why is the size an issue then?
Because the Panasonic sticks out too far, and then I won't have any counter space to put anything in front of it.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, the stupid microwave. Oh my goodness. That probably cost us $1,500 to $2,000, and we just ended up putting it on the countertop. And it's not the contractor's fault. It's just we couldn't figure out placements for these things and easy, cheap ways to do some of these things. So Seller Girl says she loves her planner. Thank you so much. My Get It Together People undated planner. It's 10% off until tonight, guys. It goes off sale tonight. 400 pages, 366 days, and it's undated, so you can start now and use it for a whole year and not lose any pages.
Woo!
Aria says we bought our house specifically. We bought it without an HOA. That was a headache we definitely didn't want. Yeah, it was a headache I didn't want either. Lori, do you guys have a favorite book of the Bible that you read more than the rest? No, not really. I like James, but I don't know.
I was trying to think of that. Not that I read more than the rest. I mean, I like Romans because it's just jam-packed with stuff. And if you lost the whole Bible, but you had the book of Romans, you pretty much could understand what the Bible is about. I mean, it's good to have the whole Bible, but Romans is like a mini version of the Bible in the Bible. Of course, Revelation is pretty awesome. But
yeah. Denise says she lives on a beautiful lake and kayaks every day. Oh, that would be nice. Now, I don't like the beach, but I would like to live on a lake. Did you know that about me?
I'm not surprised, actually.
I wouldn't mind living on a lake, but I don't like the beach. I don't like sand, but I would like living on a lake. Okay, maybe our next goal after the house is paid off to buy a cabin on a lake somewhere. Where would you buy that at? That's not expensive.
I don't know.
There's not many lakes in Wyoming, so it'd have to be somewhere else. But we don't want to have to drive that far, because if we have to drive to Wisconsin for lakes, or Michigan, whatever state it is that has all the 10, or Minnesota. Sorry, I knew it was one of those.
My uncle and aunt had a house on a lake in Wisconsin, and could just walk down from the back of it onto a little dock and get in the boat and go. And I thought that was really, really cool. They moved to Florida since then, but I still thought that was pretty cool that they had that at the time. Lots of people love in Colombo. I have always loved Colombo, but
we've watched them all like 20 times.
It's another one where we've kind of memorized them all.
Okay, but at the same time, we don't want anything like we said with the old movies. That some of them we were watching, we were like, oh my goodness, there's like 15 characters. Who is this person that actually did it? We didn't even know who it was. So actually,
it's funny that the Murder, She Wrote, one thing that's kind of been nice about it is they're 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like you can watch one just before bed and it doesn't,
done with it, yeah.
And it's not overly dramatic. So it's fun to watch and it's lighthearted. And
yeah. Rosemary and Thyme we used to like, but they only made like 15 episodes of that or something.
Yeah, so. And in typical BBC fashion, that's the British TV. They, in typical BBC fashion, they just ended the show without any kind of explanation, or it's like they left it on a cliffhanger, I think. Yeah.
Donna, we used to park in the garage in the car, snacks and pop, quiet time from the kids, and excitement for your marriage. We are in Kansas. Go to Yellowstone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like going to Yellowstone, I guess. I mean, what's there? Buffalo. Okay, we can go 6 blocks down the street and see buffalo in our park here. And we've seen Old Yeller already. No, not old. No, is that? I mean, what's that thing called?
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful.
Old Yeller's the truck.
Old Faithful. We've already seen Old Faithful. So how many times can you see a geyser go up in the air?
Well, to be honest,
I don't know.
You were sick that time when we went through, really sick. And I'm not sure we got a very clear idea of I don't remember it very well, except for the geysers. So if nothing else, the boys and I would drive out. Actually,
I don't
last year we were hiking on the other side of the mountain that's near us, and from there we could see where Yellowstone, and we could see across this huge valley where Yellowstone and Grand Teton and all that are on the other side. And I was thinking, wow, from where we are now, it would be a lot shorter drive to get there.
Yeah. Mary Perot is good. Yes, we watch him too, but we've seen all of his 1,000 times too. And Barbara, we live in Colorado Springs. It's more conservative than Denver. Yes. I mean, we had looked in Colorado Springs before we found this place, and I'm so glad we found this much better place. So, Wanda, most of the old shows are cleaner. Yeah, this is true. Wow, Chelsea's mom and family had over 1,000 acres with 2 lakes. Ooh, that would have been so cool. Teresa, my son has a lake house, 800-acre lake. Wow. Let's see. Not all aspects of HOA are bad. Montana girls, I'm glad dog poop is picked up. No junk cars, boats in the driveways. Well, if they would do that, that would be fine. But that's not what it was. At our place, it was cheaper for people to pay the fines than to find somewhere else to park their car. So anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't know. So
well, and most of the people that we knew in Colorado had HOAs like ours. So I think if you have one that does all the things amazingly like they're supposed to do, then it's probably not run by the neighbors.
Yeah. Why do people want to move to Colorado? Because they're leaving California and it's cheaper, but it's basically California now with better weather.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, so many people have moved there from California.
They've destroyed it.
And so there's a massive number of people there, but the majority of the people that live there don't actually go into the mountains. So, like, if you don't want to go to the mountains, then go to North Dakota where they need people.
They couldn't handle North Dakota from California. And North Dakota's probably happy about that.
Just go to North Dakota. Actually, it's funny because somebody from here was posting video the other day from Casper, Wyoming, where the snowdrifts were over the top of those giant new houses. And I was like, wow, snowdrifts that are probably 25 feet high.
Yeah. As far as from the east to the west, Tara, have you heard about the candida that the CDC posted about? I have not. I have no idea what that is about. Sorry. You can put a little note in there if you want to tell me what it is, but okay, let's see. Did you send me any more questions?
I have a few here.
Okay.
You've read a bunch of the ones I was getting ready to paste in.
Sorry.
It's all right. You getting tired?
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, here, there's only a few more.
Tara, since you are close to Montana, any nice lakes there? I don't know. If Montana would have lakes, maybe they would.
I do believe there are other things in Wyoming. We just have only gone north and south so far. We haven't really well, the boys and I have been in the mountains, but wow, actually, you'd like Porcupine Falls.
It's quiet.
It's so quiet. Yeah. And you can go in the middle of the day on a Saturday and there's nobody there.
Christine, she loves her daily planner pages. I bought the digital and just print the pages that she needs. Very good. I just wish I was getting more check marks in the daily clean section, but at least you're getting some check marks in the daily cleaning section. So we have all your daily cleaning. So your cleaning is broke down. So really you should only spend about 15 to 20 minutes a day cleaning your entire house. And really that includes dishes too. So maybe 30 minutes when you do a heavier job like spring cleaning type thing, but you really shouldn't spend more than 30 minutes a day cleaning your house. So we make sure that you stay on track.
Oh, Lori says Diagnosis Murder is great. I totally forgot about Diagnosis Murder. And I bet that's on, I bet Friendly would have that.
Nancy received volume 1 yesterday. That's the red one, guys. Fast shipping, recipe pictures cards are charming. An encyclopedia of home economics. Great graduation wedding gift. Thank you for publishing this masterpiece. Well, wow. It's called a masterpiece.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Share the link for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mardell says, I like Hebrews. And I was thinking, it's funny, or I love Hebrews. I was thinking, recently I thought I haven't read Hebrews enough, so kind of been in there lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Utah is supposed to be beautiful. It is. It is very beautiful.
If you're watching on Facebook, apparently the comments are freezing periodically, and you may have to just refresh in order to get the rest of the comments. But
how different is our cookbook from the 9th printing of Dining on a Dime? I have the spiral from 2017. So there's about
40 more recipes.
Yeah. So there's 40 more recipes, and it's hardbound, lay flat. This is a brand new book, and it lays flat. You can see right there, lay flat, hardbound, color pictures, larger font.
2017 was the 9th printing.
Yeah.
Wow.
What printing are we in now? This is
at one point I had to recalculate because I thought we had maybe lost track.
Yeah, we stopped putting what was in there. Let's see. This one is
18th.
18th.
Wow.
Yeah, 18th printing. 18th. She has the what, 9th? Wow. We're doing better.
Yep.
We're doing better. Okay, let's see. Just one second, guys. If you're getting our gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook, guys, we only have, at the beginning of the show, we had 15 left in stock. That's the green one. If you're right there, if you're gluten-free, dairy-free, all the recipes have been tested. I know they taste good. I eat gluten-free, dairy-free, and I use them, and it is tasty. And hurt. It only takes 15 minutes. It takes me 30 minutes just to wash dishes. But when I wash the dishes, I clean the sink and countertop too. Well, I do too. But I mean, an entire day's worth of dishes only takes us about 10 minutes, and that's wiping everything down too. But the thing is to do it during the day as you go. As far as east from west, it's a deathly fungal infection, antibiotics resistant. Well, a fungus wouldn't be taken care of by antibiotics. You would need a fungicide for that. So worried about my dad. He's been in the hospital for 3 months now. So he has that. I have not heard of that. I'm so sorry. Laura says, I wish I could color my hair. I can't. I'm allergic, so my hair is black and white. I've accepted it. Yep.
Oh, a couple people talking about Kristen Liveacre said, I used to live in Ennis, Montana. We would visit Flathead Lake. Actually, I've heard a lot of people around here talk about Flathead Lake. But Ennis Lake is beautiful as well. And it's 30 to 40 minutes to Yellowstone. Wow. And
say what Jen just, yeah.
Jen says you guys will love exploring Wyoming and Montana. Esterbrook, Laramie, Peak, Casper Mountain. Oh, wait, you shouldn't tell the great stuff. Yeah.
I know, but you know what? We're thinking about starting a new YouTube channel. Another one. We've only got 8 YouTube
We're not
channels.
busy enough.
But I think that one would be a good one, don't you?
Oh, and Jane from the country said Glacier National Park. Yeah.
I think it would.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about starting another YouTube channel kind of along that line.
Well, funny thing, Jen, about that is we like it here in Sheridan, but what we're noticing that because the winter was so rough with, pictures of, all the highways closed for half the winter and pictures of people's houses with snowdrifts to the top, that we think that the housing market's going to soften because everyone who wasn't really ready for that kind of winter is going to put their houses up for the market. So, yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Becky, if you order the digital planner, yes, you can print the pages. If you order the print planner, it is 400 pages, 366 days. And Mary says she loves the undated planner because some days she forgets to use it and she doesn't have to worry about missing dates. That's one of the reasons why I like it, because I don't actually use it every single day. And so that really helps, so you don't lose out on days. But I don't know. We're thinking about doing a new YouTube channel, and we might shoot the first video on Monday, right?
We will.
That's what we're going to plan, right?
Okay.
We don't care what house remodel meltdowns happen. Monday we're filming.
You say that until they miscut the countertop again.
Yeah, they miscut the countertop. It wasn't their fault because I was there helping, but it was just one of those things that happened. It's not like we lost the countertop, but because they can use the pieces in other sections, but it was, yeah.
No, Jane, we were okay with it. I mean, everyone in Sheridan was a little overwhelmed with the snow this year, but there are a lot of people that moved here from warmer places thinking it was going to be like Colorado, where it doesn't snow at all and it's 50 degrees most of the winter, and here it's not that way. So, but it's been fine for us mostly.
We lived in Idaho, so this is
and we lived in Idaho. This has been a particularly snowy year. Even a lot of the locals are locals. Even a lot of the locals who have been here all their lives are saying, "All right, bit much this winter." So, although it's interesting, I don't know how people figured this out, but last summer we were hearing this is supposed to be a really snowy winter. Like, I don't know.
So this is the second snowiest winter Wyoming has ever had, and March and April are our snowiest months, and we get snow into May. So it's very possible it's still on track to be the snowiest winter ever. And we live to tell about it, honey. Now you can tell your grandkids we made it through the snowiest winter in Wyoming ever.
Yeah. One thing about the people from California, because somebody made a mention about that, is I realize people, they're really frustrated with they are. I don't blame them for wanting to go somewhere else. It's just, I think she made a remark. I forgot who it was that said that, but mainly if you move from a place because you don't like the way they do things there, then don't vote for those things in the new place.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, blend into the new place that you like because of the way things have been done in the new place.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's the main point we've been hearing around here is some people come from states that are just horrible, where they've been part of the problem in the way they vote, and then they want to come and have the same stuff here.
Yeah.
And that's not something.
Elizabeth wants to know, why can't we set anything on the countertops for a month? Because they have to cure. So if we want them to be as scratch resistant as possible, the epoxy has to cure for a month. I would feel better if it would cure for 6 or 8 weeks, but I don't think we can go into June without having kitchen counters if we get it by then.
Did you already see Clara's question about what's the difference between the smooth avocado and the bumpy avocado?
Just how much you blend it.
Well, I'm wondering if she means there's the green one that's super smooth, and then the Haas one. They're just two different varieties, I think. The Haas ones are the
no, it depends. No, it just depends on how much they blend it.
Oh, okay. I thought she meant bumpy on the outside.
Oh.
I think she means the outside.
The outside. I thought you meant guacamole.
Because those super green ones are smooth.
Oh, just a different variety. Nothing.
The typical ones, the Haas, are the ones that are.
It's
like,
just a different variety. I'm sorry. I thought you meant guacamole.
Yeah.
A lot of people call the avocado guacamole just avocado. So I misread that. I apologize.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Kimberly says, I want to give my kitchen a facelift, definitely, but even to get new countertops, because I just have one long counter and can't buy a pre-made, so I have to have it specially cutting, like $400, and then I have to have it installed, so we'll see. I also want to get a new sink, and that would to be money too. I do plan the downstairs bathroom counter to match. Yeah, so actually for sinks, I collected 3 different sinks for our new kitchen, 4 sinks actually for our new kitchen. And I wasn't sure which one was going to work for the remodel. And I got them all for super cheap. And so then my son took one. I'm using one in the kitchen. And then I'm going to sell the other 2. Or because I got one free and one $15. I might just use them as planters in the garden. I think I might start a kitchen sink garden.
Outside. Not in the outside kitchen sink, right? Just got to be sure.
Mary, do you have to buy more butcher block for the corner? No, thankfully we bought an extra one in case we messed up a piece. So we were thinking ahead on that. But I don't even know if we'll have to use that, because even though they messed up cutting it, it's still usable for where it was. So we still may not need to use the extra one. So
Single Guy Simple Life said, I love the digital planner. Helps me come up with meal ideas for each month.
Yay.
Yeah, one thing with the digital one is you can reprint the pages if you want.
So Ann says we got nearly a foot of wet snow last night in Colorado. Gotta love that moisture. There is no drought in the West now. So I don't want to hear one word about drought this year. I'm going to turn on the spigot and I'm going to water everything.
I thought you were going to say you're going to have fires in the fire pit.
And fires in the fire pit.
Yep.
Vicky says, I live in North California and my electric bill is $40. Wow. I ask people at my job how much they pay, and a lot say $400 to $500 a month. How much do we pay?
For what?
Our electric.
Depends. I'd say electric and gas together for us goes from somewhere around $250 to $400. It's $400 when it's like negative 20 degrees. But the thing is, for us, we have a big property, like a big house, and then
we have almost 5,000 square feet.
And then if we are doing a show, then we heat the studio prior to the show, so it's not really freezing.
And for the remodel, we've had to keep the garage heater on a lot for painting and curing stuff, so that's costing extra.
But we get billed the electric and the gas together from the same company, so I'd have to look at it to know how it breaks out exactly. I do occasionally, but
yeah. Why do we have such a huge home? Because we wanted it.
Well, we did.
For a business mostly, actually. We bought it for this garage mostly in the property. This garage houses all of our inventory and our studio that we're sitting in right now, and it's a big shop.
Yeah, well, there were a couple things. We wanted, in Colorado, we were in a small house where all these other houses were built up around it, and we knew other houses were going to be built, but they were all these gigantic fortress 2-story houses. And then they all got dogs, and then they went to work in Denver and left the dogs barking all day long. So it was this giant echo chamber, and we were caught in the middle of it. So we said, we want a place where we have a little bit of property so we're not as close to the neighbors and hopefully no barking dogs. And then we also said our business was about to have to pay a fortune for us to be able to store the books. So we got this property primarily because of the large building that we can use to operate our business. The house has more space than we actually were necessarily looking for. But at the time, we were also considering Tara's mom, Jill. We didn't know what was going to happen with her for a house. And it has an apartment in the basement that her mom lived in for a little while when she first moved here. So
we can rent that as extra income if we ever need to, or if our kids are in the middle of moving or something and need a temporary place to stay, they could stay down there, or if friends come to visit, hint, hint, then they could stay down there. And we needed good internet, and this property was in town, but it feels like we're in the country. And so even though we're older, I had no intention of downsizing. I'm actually upsizing. If we die, my kids are going to have fun in the state sale with that one, but I don't care. I'll be dead, so they can deal with it. Wow. My daughter would not appreciate. Sorry, Ellie. So
it is interesting, though. We could have had the same property with only half as much house, and it would have been enough. But it turned out that there's some potential usefulness for particularly the separate apartment and some other spaces that we have. But getting the business together on the same property and also getting a no barking dogs property, this is a one-shot deal.
If we had to rent a warehouse, if we had to rent a warehouse, it would cost the same as our mortgage.
Oh, and it costs double our mortgage.
Yeah. It would cost more than our mortgage to warehouse the number of books that we have. And we were like, that's ridiculous. We were trying to stay debt-free buying this house, but we were like, it's either pay rent for a mortgage or pay rent on a warehouse or pay for a mortgage. Well, I'd rather have a really nice property that has a mortgage to house the books that's mine than to pay someone else rent.
And the mortgage was half as much as the rental was going to be, and the mortgage will eventually be paid completely, and then there won't be any rent anymore, but we would still be paying that rent if we had another building. So it made sense. But as far as the size of the house, we didn't need it to be quite as big, although I think in the future we may actually appreciate that. So
would we charge our kids rent? It depends on the situation. I mean, like if it's a life and death emergency, of course not. But if they're working and it's just a temporary thing, then yeah, they can help out with the bills if our water bill and electric and all that's going to go up.
In most circumstances, we would charge them rent, but if they were disabled and unable to do something, that would be different.
Yeah.
But in terms of, life catastrophes or whatever that aren't life and death, disabling things, we've always thought that the kids should have some financial stake in it so that they respect things.
Yeah.
And that
we're always here to help them out if needed. But if they're financially fine due to, and not, if they have some unforeseen circumstances or something and their finances aren't okay, no, we wouldn't. We would just help them out. But if they're financially fine, yeah, they can help pay the bills if our bills are gonna go up.
Yeah. Living on a dime B&B. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we really needed to, there were a couple spaces that we could rent.
Yeah. We don't have solar. Solar is a waste of money. So we aren't going to spend $20,000 on solar for that. Will we put some of our ebooks in print? Probably not. Guys, we are self-published, so we pay for all the printing costs ourselves, which is a huge investment of money. And so probably not. Maybe a couple of smaller ones we're talking about, but yeah.
Oh, and one thing with the ebooks is one of the reasons why they're only available as ebooks. The ones that are not available as print books, we sold a lot less of them when we had print versions of before. Yeah. But because they didn't sell very quickly, it was a lot of money for us that we weren't recovering by selling the books. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Which, guys, 35% off our Saving of the Green sale. It ends tonight. Our Saving of the Green sale ends tonight. 35% off our print books, 50% off our ebooks and our undated planners, 10% off right now.
Yep.
livingonadime.com. Please visit us at livingonadime.com for free recipes and tips. Give us a like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you guys on next Wednesday.
Yep. Have a great weekend. Bye.